Alright, welcome everyone. In today's video review, we're going to be taking a look at the Apeman c660 Dashcam and compare that to the popular a119 Dashcam from Viofo. Apeman recently released this c660 dash camera with the Starvis sensor and sent me this one today for our review. This model records in 1080p resolution and includes the Sony Starvis CMOS sensor, which is good for nighttime recording in low light. On the back of the c660 box, again, it lists the 1080p full HD resolution. It notes the glass lens, 170-degree viewing angle, and 3-inch wide in-plane sensor or IPS screen for viewing your video. It includes WDR contrast. This camera includes a G sensor or a shock sensor to automatically record when it picks up a sudden impact event, such as an accident. And it also includes a motion detection recording feature so that it can be used in parking mode. So now let's open up the box and see what's included. Little hello card, manual. Here we have a suction cup mount for your windshield. Inside the accessories box, here we have our USB cable. Looks like a memory card key. Here's our DC cigarette lighter power adapter. And then inside this bag appears to be the camera. The outside of the lens is ringed with IR sensors. We have a front badge here again for the Sony Starvis CMOS sensor, some Apeman badging on the bottom. On the right side we have our power button, microphone control and menu controls. Don't know what the orange button is yet, but we'll get to that. Let's go ahead and remove the protective film off the back. Alright, looks like we have a nice big screen. Some FCC warnings on the bottom. The Apeman c660 takes a maximum of a 32GB memory card. I'll link in my description the one I recommend. That's good for car recording. It stands up pretty well to the Florida heat, and I've been using it about a year on my other dash cam so far without any failures, so that's the one I would go with. So now let's set this up in my car and take it for a test drive and compare the video quality. So up here we have my current dash cam, the Viofo a119, and for size comparison here you could see the Apeman right alongside it. About the same size. Obviously this one is more vertical and this one's horizontal. And for a nice side-by-side comparison, I'm going to mount the Apeman right next to the Viofo camera and drive around so that we can do a nice comparison shot here. So the suction cup mount has this little groove here that slides in on the top of the Apeman dash cam. So I'm going to try and do that one-handed now. Okay, that worked out all right. I guess before we mount it, let's try and turn it on. So for setup, since it's about 95 degrees in my nice humid Florida garage, I'm going to go do this inside and we'll cut back over to the car in a moment. But let's go through setup and set things like the date and time here. See what we have available under system settings. So it auto powers off by default after a minute, has a screensaver, nice little beep sound, startup sound. We can turn our infrared lights on and off. I'm going to leave them off because I have a feeling that's going to give me some glare off of my windshield. Let's set the date and time. Still somehow in 2020. Looks like you can watermark your license plate on the video stream if you want. I'm going to leave that off. You can format the card. We're running version 2.1.1.0. All right, let's head back out and see what sort of camera settings we have. Okay, so we're going to leave the resolution at 1080. As far as the megapixels, you can range that between 12, 8, and 5. I'm going to leave that at the highest setting of 12 megapixels. Loop recording at 3 minutes is what I typically use on my other dash cameras. We'll leave audio on. We'll set motion detection on. Gravity sensor set to low. Parking guard will turn on so we can test that out later. We'll leave WDR on. That should give us a better quality picture. And that's that. Now let's brave the hot garage and mount this in my car. So I'm going to try and do this one-handed. The suction cup mount's actually kind of cool. You just kind of push it up here and there's a slide that engages the suction. Just turn it. And there you go. It's nicely mounted. So So now I just need to run power to it before the battery shuts off. So right now I'm just stealing the power cord from my Amazon Alexa over here, but you can go ahead and route that onto your headliner using the supplied cord that it came with if you prefer. So now let's go for a drive. All right, so here we go. And now for comparison, I'm going to try and do a split screen between the Apeman c660 dash cam on the left and the Viofo a119 on the right. The Viofo a119 is 1440p, which is why there's more detail in this scene than the Apeman, which is recording in 1080p. In addition, at this angle, the Apeman dash cam is favoring the contrast of the sky, making the road a bit darker as well. The a119 does cost about twice as much as the Apeman camera, and both should provide enough detail to be that extra witness in case of an accident, but it may be kind of hard to read license plates, as you can see here. So now, before we test the dash camera at night, I wanted to show some more daytime lighting conditions so you can see how the Apeman dash camera handles the sun during the day. Alright, so here we are at night. We have some console reflection in the windshield because the Apeman dashcam suction cup mount doesn't let it sit as close to the glass as the a119 does. The image isn't very noisy, so the CMOS sensor is handling the nighttime conditions pretty well, but the image appears a little crisper in the a119. Overall, at 1080p, I think the Apeman dashcam does a pretty good job, and better than the a118 I used to use. So I'm going to leave more information down in my video description down below if you're interested. And if you found this review helpful, please let me know by clicking on the like button, and please consider subscribing to my channel for more great tech reviews. And thanks for watching.